كويلتو أساني تنو تدا هجو بيتا ويليام شيء بناش إيدا ألتون دنا نقالشني دات إيدا ألتون با ويليا كنت أسي تن كنت أس أتاخوني تنغو كنت أشين بناش ألتون إيا بكاني لو أساني تنو دا ويليام كنت أشين إيا بكتا تيتلي كو أرون دا نيتور زنشيلتو بدان هيتزيل آنيلتو كنت لاتدا نيدا هشيلتو كجد قايشي جو تلانجيا لاتدو يو كيرونا لوبان تناز كيسلاند تدا بين سيتزيلو تدا بينيت أوشيدي بناش بدان هيتزيلو ليل كويلتو باندا إيكان كرو أرولا التوزي دونا كنلو إن هيلونلو كوي باهيدا نيتزن أرو دي بنيجي كواي أساسيت ليجي تدا جو إيه أدت إلنيل كوديرا ني غاشين توي نهوت إخزلين كوده أستخدم سنسجيدا بدأ نوعج بنان سيدا يوسنيجي إيه غاشين توي كوا بنيجي سعيد ليتيدا جو إيه استدت إلنيل تو يات أو إناسو أستخدم نادا أنيشتوليل خالشن يات أو إنادا بدن تيندو يات أو إيه نادا أستخدوليل إيه دا يسيل لاجن لون بكاديت أرون دا ألتوانا دا إس عيب تكون لون دوليل أرو يات أو إيه خلنا هوديل نتو يات أو إيه دا الشهادة ديت تو تبني إيه تنيجي بندا ديلنش أرو يات أو نهيدا تو ألتو ديل تكون لسيت لون شيء يات أو إيه نيغان نرى ديكها أرو دا ألتون خالشني دا إيه نيغان هاس أين خبتون لو ونلتو إيه كروت سو دزني بي أنا رسيتي دولي تبني بيجي نيجي بيجي ناتش Jesus Christ Amen.
Thank you, Tutila. Good to see you in person again.
That's what
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Otto, members of the Health Committee, Chito, Tutila, Shitna, Otto Shapira, Otto Shitche, Mr. Mose, Otto Shitse, Mr. Angela Tapino, and all the folks on the line. Committee members, do we have any announcement? We just have a regular HES meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, and a NABI meeting on Thursday. And if there's enough signatures, there'll be a Navajo Nation Council special session on Thursday too. With Ayla. And now we'll go to item number 2, recognize guests and visiting officials. Mr. Chad, the beta, since your last name starts with A, you be the first one.
Yat Benu, Chair.
Ooh.
This is Chad Beta from Office of Legislative Counsel. Good morning, committee members and everyone listening. Yeah, back to you, Chair.
Who else is on the line? Please identify yourself. When I dialed in, the prompter said 17 folks on the call.
Good morning. My name is Rosita Kelly. I'm the Executive Director for the Navajo Election Administration. I'm on the line.
Good morning, Ms. Kelly.
Good morning, Yate, Bene, Shina, Melvin Harrison. Ada the Shahan sent at Shina. CA pena ishi ina siwa sejinche. Good morning, good morning, Health Committee. This is Melvin Harrison. In relation to Honorable Carl Slater, LDA, Ado Navajo Navajo Board of Election Supervisors, 40 Fines Agency, but Ado Chairperson Bunchland. I'm on the call as well. Ado on the call, yeah, at the Health Committee. Ado the call in the Sagi. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Lenona.
Good morning, Chair, committee members. This is Michelle Morris with Department of Health. I'm on the line.
Morning. Hey, Lasto.
Shias, this is Delegate, so I just want to let you know that I'm on the call, and I apologize for my tardiness. I was on the call with UDOT and Akoyat Ebenashananta. Good morning.
Whoa, yeah, they should visit. Good. That makes the full, membership of the committee on the call. Phelps is on the call. Anybody else? Any school board members on the call? Millet, huh? Mr. Millet, are you on the call? We can't get started without you.
Yes, Honorable Chair, I'm on the call. I'm here. We also have some other DOJ attorneys that advise Doty too.
Okay,
Good morning, Chair. Can you hear me?
yes.
This is Harrison Rice with HSGU at Navajo Nation Department of Justice.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, Honorable Chair. This is Desiree Deschutney with the Department of Justice.
Good morning.
Yat Benishaja, Chairman. So this is Patricia Ghani, Acting Superintendent for Department of the Net Education. Yat
Oh, yes, she is. Do we have Matthew So on the call?
Chairman, so I know he has a call this morning. I can nudge him to alert him that we are starting here. Yeah.
Oh. We get started. Okay, let's go ahead and, I guess everybody will chime in once we get started. So, Ms. Angelita Benali, would you review the, proposed work session agenda?
Yes, good morning. This is Angelita Benally. You have your proposed work session agenda for the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee. 24th Navajo Nation Council, work session, October 25th, 2021. Presiding the Honorable Daniel Eso, Chairperson, Honorable Carl R. Slater, Vice Chairperson. Locations via telecommunications. In person is the Law and Order Committee Conference Room in Window Rock, Navajo Nation, Arizona. 1, call meeting to order, roll call, invocation, announcements. 2, recognize guests and visiting officials. 3, review the agenda. 4, the work session discussion and reports. Executive session may be required and requested. It's regarding the Navajo Nation School Board Reapportionment Plan 6 public hearings. And the public hearings took place August 23rd, 2021 through October 23rd, 2021. And the discussions will be the filing, the notice of public hearing comments to the Navajo Nation Court. And the Navajo School Board Reapportionment Plan 6 public hearing notices, organizing public hearing comments. And the presenters will be the Navajo Nation Department of Justice, presenters, Louis Millett, attorney, litigation unit, DOJ, and Harrison Rice, attorney with Navajo DOJ. B, Department of Diné Education, organizing and compilation of the public comments received in a report to the Navajo Nation Court. And the presenters are going to be Doty staff, Patricia Ghani, acting superintendent of schools, and Matthew So, legislative analyst. C, Office of Legislative Services, presenters Data Bobroff, chief legislative counsel, and Chad Abeda, attorney. D, Navajo Election Administration, presenters Rosita Kelly, executive director of NEA. 5, close of work session, announcements and adjournment. Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Benali. Since it is a work session, we'll go straight to number 4, work session discussion reports. Let's see. Who, Ms. Benali, who did you designate to basically go over these items? Is it Ms. Ghani or?
No, it was, I did speak with Louis Millett with Navajo DOJ, since his office and likely the litigation unit of NDOJ is going to be filing a response, a notice back to the Navajo Nation District Court that their court order was complied with by Hess, through the public hearings. And it would be, a layout of a discussion of what the report from the public hearing should entail that would satisfy what the court had recommended to Hess when they recommended that Hess proceed with a public hearing. And that's what I understand. Mr. Chair.
So in this first part of the work session agenda, the filing, the notice of public hearing, that was basically accomplished. And then the Navajo School Board Reapportionment Plan 6, the public hearing notices were done in the Navajo Times, the Farmington Daily Times, Navajo Hopi Observer, and of course the legislative branch website. Is that what that first arrow point goes to, the first and second? And then the public hearing in person that occurred at Tuba City, Chinle, Shiprock, Crown Point, and Fort Defiance. and those were also in person as well as teleconference. And then, of course, we also had the ability to receive the email public comments. And Ms. Benali, were there any mailed-in public comments by postal service?
Mr. Chair and members of the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee, yes, there were. However, we would need Matthew So to respond to that because the PO box number was under the Department of Education.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I can quickly answer that question. I just double checked all our boxes and everything just to double check. We did not receive any mail public comment. The only document that we did receive was a faxed public comment, which that's the only document that we received was faxed.
Okay.
But we didn't receive no mail public comment.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Matthew So, for getting on the call. Okay, I guess the other part was the committee was basically wanting to discuss the format of the report. And then the other part is the same person filing multiple public comments. Those are some things that we had discussed that needed to be also part of how we put this report together. With that, we get to Navajo Nation Department of Justice, Mr. Louis Millette. And again,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And again, if you feel like that there is a need for attorney-client privileged conversation, please advise us.
Yes, sir. That's what I was going to suggest.
Okay. Do you want to do some opening comment before we go into executive session, or do you want to go straight into executive session?
Honorable Chair, I think it'd be best if we just go into executive session and then start.
Okay. Committee members?
Motion.
Motion by Honorable Edison Wanika.
Second, Delegate Paul Begay.
Thank you, the Chief. Honorable Paul Begay seconds the motion. Committee members, Mr. Millette, who should be on the call? The executive session call.
Honorable Chair, I think it should be the committee members, of course, and then the attorneys and then
OLC?
DOTI staff.
Okay.
Chair, this is Rosita Kelly from the Navajo Election Administration. Are we allowed to get on this call as well?
Wow. Well, that's good that you.
Mr. Millette, Mr. Abeda.
Yes, sir. This is
Chair,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Chair, this is Dana Bobroff. I'm bouncing between calls this morning because Law and Order Committee's meeting. But as far as the executive session goes, I would very much like Angie Benali and to be in that executive session. I think that will be helpful. As far as the election board and the election office, it is, they are Office of Legislative Counsel clients, so they would be subject to attorney-client privilege if they're in the call. However, I do defer to DOJ, Mr. Millett, as to whether you wish to include them. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Barbara.
Good morning.
Mr. Millett.
Yes, Honorable Chair. I'm not sure if we'll end up talking about election issues such as some of the things in the district court order. If it's possible, then we probably should have elections, Mr. Harrison and Ms. Kelly on the call.
Committee members? Ashiko.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's,
Yeah, maybe if we need them, we can
let him know.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you,
It might be beneficial if we do let him in.
Uh,
We won't have to repeat ourselves.
Honorable Wanika basically said, if the discussion in the executive session goes to elections, then they will be notified to get on the call. But this is the apportionment plan. So, Ms. Kelly,
Melvin.
Mr. Harrison, be on the standby. Committee members, how long? Mr. Millett, how long do you think? 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour?
I'm not sure. It might be between half an hour to an hour. It sounds like what we're trying to figure out is how the results of the consultation, the public comment is going to be compiled and what they're going to do with that after that. So I would say 45 minutes, maybe. I'm just guessing.
45 minutes. Committee members, Ashiko.
How we go?
All right. Mr. Mose, roll call vote on executive session for 45 minutes. Yes, sir.
Shana, Mr. Delegate, so could I chime in real quick? Just real quick.
Oh, did you take 30 minutes?
No, 35 minutes. Hey, the reason why I think the board and the election office should be part of this, Mr. Millett, is we'd like to know what direction this litigation is going to go, because I believe in guideline number 3, it pertains to elections. So that might help us on how we respond to guideline number 3. It even, yeah, I was thinking maybe we could listen in on that portion, because and later just we might have a better understanding on how we can respond to guideline number 3 in the judge's order. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
So we'll let you in when we get to that part. And stand by. Mr. Mose. Yes, sir. Honorable Paul Begay Jr.
Obligate votes green.
Honorable Paul Begay Jr. votes green. Honorable Pernell Halona.
Green. Alona votes green.
Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Carl Russell Slater.
Delegate Slater, green.
Honorable Carl Russell Slater votes green. Honorable Charlene So.
I vote green.
Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Edison J. Wanika.
Green.
Honorable Edison J. Wanika votes green. Chair, we have a vote of 5 in favor, 0 opposed, going to executive session at 10:38 a.m. Fukushima. So, all the folks on the call, they should have sent the executive,
Oh, Mr. Chair?
yes.
Oh, this is Angelina Benally. I did request the speaker staff to set up the executive session, but instead I was given instructions on how to set it up myself. But in order to set it up, I would have to end this meeting, and then I can only be on one Zoom call at a time with one device. And so I would have to set up the other executive session as soon as I leave this meeting or end this meeting. And then thereafter, I'll be able to send it out. So it's going to take like a couple of minutes, a few minutes. And Mr. Chair, I was, you see, I didn't get all of the names that Mr. Millette recommended be an executive session. If he could quickly repeat them, then I just want to make sure I got everybody.
Mr. Millette, of course, and then Mr. Harrison Rice.
Okay.
And I don't know if Alexandra Cancello.
I understand she's left DOJ and she's not under contract.
Okay. Then we have Miss Patricia Ghani, Mr. Matthew So,
Okay.
Ms. Dana Bobroff, Mr. Chad Abeda, and all the Hess members, as well as yourself and Mr. Mose.
Okay.
And Desiree Deschini.
Oh, yes, Desiree Deschini.
Okay. I don't know if I have Ms. Deschitney's email address. If I don't, one of the, either Mr. Rice or Mr. Millette can forward the Zoom invitation to her.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I'm going to end this meeting and